Okay, for the second aspect of this assignment, you're being asked to look at point of view or POV. Now, when you write your DBQ, I would recommend, or we, Mr. Norris and I, we recommend that you do as many point of views as you possibly can. Point of view statements, having extra ones, can help you get into that expanded core if you're doing a good job on your essay. And it also helps to fit in, what if one of your point of view statements doesn't work, and if you only write two and the grader is or the reader doesn't like it, well, then you're automatically out. But if you have 3, 4, 5, it always helps. And it's just a good way to look at the documents. It shows more understanding. So point of view is looking at the perspective of the source, of the speaker or author of the document. Is it biased? Is it not biased? Is it relevant? Is it not relevant? Does it bring any new insight? What is shaping this person's point of view? You want to think about their background, their age, where they're from, their social status, their gender, all of those things, their religious background, anything that would influence their point of view. So in this case, we are, responding to a prompt that asks you to identify issues raised by the growth of Manchester and to analyze reactions. And in the previous screencast, we looked at document 9 here, the Whelan & Co. business directory, the preface to that, as a positive reaction that this person or this document likes industrialization. It's elevating the status of Manchester in the world. Now, what we want to do is think about this source. And we skipped over the source earlier in the first screencast, but this time we really want to examine it. And it's from a Whelan & Co. It's a corporation, a company, a business, and it is their business directory. So I'm going to be, I think it's safe to assume that this is, if it has a business directory and it's a corporation, this is a large business. So when you read through it, you got to understand that this is coming from a company that is making a lot of money off industrialization. So of course their reaction is going to be a positive one. Okay, so when we're talking point of view, we're looking at, on Manchester being granted a royal charter as a city in 1852. This company is probably really excited about the city of Manchester being elevated and given this royal charter and putting it on the map because it's going to bring them more business, more opportunities, more labor. People are going to move to the city and they're going to have more labor. It's going to put Manchester on the map. So something when you're thinking about point of view, well, might this be a little biased? Might this, the fact that it's told from the perspective of a business or corporation, that probably has some kind of impact or influence on the way they view industrialization. If we were doing all the documents and you received the perspective from someone working for Whelan & Co., especially if they were like in the factory that they own or whatever, it might be a little bit different. So for a point of view statement, we might want to mention something that, well, this is a positive, remark towards industrialization or point of view. However, it's coming from a business, a corporation that is probably a large business and probably benefiting a lot off the growth of Manchester as an industrial city. That's what point of view is. It's looking at the source, thinking about the background, thinking about maybe even the time period or whatever. And in this case, we're looking at, hey, it's a business talking about how business is good and how industrialization is good. And that seems to be something that would influence their perspective on it. So when you're looking at your document, and I believe it's from John Locke, look at his background. What kind of background does he have? Does he seem to come from a wealthy family? Is he a poor commoner? Is he educated? Is he not educated? Does he have a particular religious bias that you can see in his background? Look at the little citation there next to the source and dig through it. All right, good luck.